Hey guys, it's Joe. Just wanted to quickly go over the changes that they're doing to Symmetra in Overwatch. Now, this is going to be like an in-depth guide or anything, but I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of what they're doing so you can anticipate these changes when they roll out, which probably, honestly, will be next week. Usually it's about a week from PTR to release. So the main thing you can see here as a big change is that you're going to have more than just a teleporter put out. You're going to have two options for your ultimate. One is going to be a teleporter. One is going to be basically a shield generator that will give your team in the vicinity of it the shields that will actually regenerate on their own. You won't have to give out individual shields every time. You'll just have the shield generator that won't have to worry about line of sight. You can actually hide it and it will give your team shields. Speaking of shields, now you will have a photon barrier instead of your individual shields that will actually throw out a photon barrier, a shield that's like Reinhardt's shield, but will continue to float in front of you, which you can use to throw behind you for defense. You can throw it in front of you to attack. You can throw it in front of, a high noon, for example, from McCree to help out your team, that sort of thing. You can get really creative with this photon barrier. Another big change is that when you come out and you put your turrets up, you won't have to worry about any cooldown initially. Before, you were able to put your first 3 out, but then you had to wait for a cooldown. This time, you can go ahead and put your 6 out right away and not have to worry about some annoying cooldown. Now, once you put those 6 out, there will be a cooldown for each individual one after that. But at least for your initial, you can get those 6 out, no problem. It's also worth noting, while the secondary fire on your photon projector is the same, the beam, which is the main fire, is actually a little bit longer than it used to be. It's not exceedingly longer. In fact, I could barely tell the difference, but did feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit less like you had to be right in melee range to do it, so it seemed a little safer. Now, before I show you the shield generator, I want to talk a little bit about the teleporter still. As you can see, this is how it is in current game. The teleporter is just sitting there. It's got some health and whatnot. We don't see a health bar per se, but that's how it looks currently in game. Now, if you take a look at it in the PTR right now, you can see health and, more importantly, a shield. You can see, and it's going to be a regenerating shield. So even if it takes some damage, that shield will regenerate, so it won't just completely sit there. And it's a lot less vulnerable than it was before. So now Symmetra is the only one that's going to have 2 different variations on an ultimate, which is very unique. And who knows, maybe eventually they might switch that around and maybe add heroes that have that variable at some point down the road as well. But you can see here the way you toggle between the two. I've got the shield one up in the center. There's the the teleporter, and you just basically just keep hitting Q or your whatever your ultimate is set to toggle between them, and then you just hit your left click to go ahead and put it down just like you did before. And you can go ahead and see a little bit of what it's doing. You can see my health. I went from 200 to 275 with the shield, and it's 75 points worth of shield. And you see I went back and got regenerated. Now, of course, if I had the teleporter closer, it would actually just regenerate right away. Well, not right away. There's a few seconds in between. But yeah, so it's basically 75 hit points worth of shield, and that will regenerate. You can hide that by your objective or whatnot, just to protect your entire team. And again, it does not worry about line of sight. Line of sight does not have an issue with it, so you can hide it back in a corner, and it's still giving your team that 75 worth of shield. And again, if your health goes down below, like my health's going to go down below 200 here, you're going to, of course, only get 75 back in shield, so I'm not going to go up to, it's not going to put me right up to 275, it's just going to give me the 75 worth in shield. Bit of a shield demonstration here. You can see it just puts that big shield, just like I said, just like a Reinhardt shield, but it floats and goes straight ahead. You can follow behind it, or in this case, like in a skirmish, I'm being attacked, I got several people behind me, I can go ahead and just toss it behind me and give myself a little distance. You can be real creative with it. That's the fun thing about this new shield. Alright guys, that's it for me. Just wanted to quickly cover the Symmetra changes that will be coming, like I said, probably next week, and just to get something out there. I know I don't make a lot of videos these days, but I need to start throwing some stuff out there every once in a while. So anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and look forward to the changes. Let me know what you guys think of the changes down below, if you don't like them, or just curious what you guys' reaction will be to these particular changes. Anyway guys, hopefully you're enjoying Overwatch, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks. And as always, take care of yourselves.